The Eugene Police Department employs more than 300 officers and civilians to ensure our city's public safety. Law enforcement is demanding work that is made a little easier and more efficient through the help of volunteers.
The Volunteers in Policing program provides an opportunity for citizens to get involved in their police department, in their community. And something that individuals who aren't familiar with the program might be surprised to learn is that we have volunteers in virtually every unit in the police department, ranging from the records section to the violent crimes unit. And we end up hiring a number of individuals that volunteer for the police department as well in police officer positions, communication center, civilian positions. The volunteers help us provide existing services that are already offered, so we're maximizing our existing services, but we're also able to provide additional services that perhaps the public is hoping that we provide, but we would otherwise not be able to provide because of our resource limitations.
One of the newest additions to the Volunteers in Policing program is the Bicycle Maintenance and Repair Team, or BMART.
As part of my duties, I'm also responsible for the EPD's patrol bike program. And we have roughly about 50 bicycles that we're responsible for at EPD, and a number of police officers that are specially trained to ride these bikes, help us out with various missions that we have. These bicycles that we use on a daily basis get ridden hard, and which means that they break down. There's this inherent need for us to try to maintain them, keep them in top shape so that the officers have the ability to go out there and accomplish their mission and be safe. I absolutely love the program, what the team has done for us, and they've been a breath of fresh air to the team, and they've been a great addition to the bike program. And since the arrival of this team, our bikes have been in top shape, and our officers' morale has gone up because of that.
Based on requests from detectives and officers, the volunteers will retrieve video from the business and they lodge it into evidence. And this is saving the officers' time or the detectives' time, but it's also getting us the opportunity to have that video lodged into evidence where it would otherwise perhaps be taped over. So it's an excellent example of involving volunteers.
I was a member of Citizens Police Academy here 2 or 3 years ago, and was talking with several of the people there about volunteer work they did with the police department, and learned about the video image retrieval team and became interested in that, and so eventually talked with Carrie Chenard and applied for that work. If an officer responds to a scene, an incident or crime, and notices that there are video cameras covering the area, to save him time of having to track them down, he can fill out a form that we get by email, and then we contact the business and identify the date and the range and the type of incident, and usually try and work out where they can download the image either on a disk or a thumb drive. And then our job is to go out at that point and retrieve the image on the thumb drive or the disk, and then we take it to the properties office and log it in for evidence, so it has a paper trail. There's lots of interesting aspects to the work, dealing with different people with different video surveillance systems, and learning about how those things work and which businesses really do a good job of covering and which businesses need to do more homework.
The Seniors on Patrol team is one of our longest serving volunteer teams. I think they've been functioning for about 10 years. And these are all retirees. They are outfitted in volunteer uniform items, and they drive marked volunteer vehicles. And their services are community policing oriented. They help the department with disabled parking enforcement, home vacation checks, and a multitude of other support duties.
I've been doing this since October of 2010, and I decided to do this to give back to the community. It was something of interest, and to be a part of the community and helping others. I enjoy the disabled parking, checking the parking spots that are meant for disabled so that those without permits aren't violating. I enjoy doing vacation checks. Those that go on vacation, we check their homes twice a week. And I enjoyed the theft from vehicle program. We go through parking lots, we check into vehicles to see if they have any valuables in sight, and we send them a courtesy letter to let them know that they could be a potential for a break-in their vehicle. And I enjoy tremendously working with the others on the Senior on Patrol.
I am so proud of these guys and frankly indebted to them for what they do and what they contribute to the program. I can't speak highly enough of these group of men and women that help us out with the team, and they are truly a part of this team that we have. And quite frequently, you know, we forget that when we're out there catching bad guys and arresting people, that there's all this supporting group out there, all these folks in the background that are doing all this incredible work for us, to all the way from our uniforms to our cars to our bikes in this particular case. And if it weren't for them, we wouldn't have the tools that we need to be able to go out there and do our job. And so we are indebted to them for taking the time out of their, out of their day to come out and spend the time with us and take care of our bikes. And kudos to them. My hat's off to these guys.
If you're interested in applying for a volunteer position description, we take applications year-round for all positions. And if you apply for a position that's closed, we can add you to our waiting list. Also, if you visit our web page, you can view all of the volunteer position descriptions. And if you do apply, we will respond to your application within 10 days of receipt.
The Volunteers in Policing program averages about 100 participants each year. These volunteers contributed nearly 22,000 hours of service to the police department and community, with an estimated added value of more than $477,000. If you would like to learn more about the volunteer program, call 541-682-5355.